this game.
Чел, один хан, я твой рот ебал, просто! Ты тварь! Твой рот!
Стреляй, стреляй.
One enemy remaining.
Я нахуй револьвер Чамбера, какое это говнище!
Shut your fucking mouth, you bitch!
Stop playing this fucking bullshit. I understand your misunderstanding. What is that and what is going on here? But wait, just be quiet and listen me out. I think that Valorant is shit, but since I'm playing this too and I have experience, I'll be your judge and I'll tell you why I shouldn't play this game. The first and most painful thing is the graphics. This is what can be done on the Unreal Engine. But that's what Riot did. It's not cool when you are a big company and on an engine on which you can do such things, you do things that are painful to look at. But if you argue that this is to improve performance, you just lie. Since I'm talking about performance, I'll tell you that these solely textures don't affect the numbers. To increase FPS, there are graphic settings that make a blurry picture even more blurry. This is my configuration, and even with this configuration my game freezes. If you wanna convince me that my computer is weak, know that most people play Valorant on GPUs, which have been out of stock for several years. Buying a laptop to play Valorant is the worst decision of your life. Not only is it expensive, but the GPU also provides half the performance of the entire capability. From year to year, developers are trying to repeat the success of Counter-Strike, but to no avail. I agree that Valorant is more popular than CS, but only at the beginning of its release, because online CS is very hard to beat. The same plenty and diffusing. In Valorant, the developers try to change and improve the gameplay with skills, but this complicated the game, and only for this reason, someone still hasn't even tried to play. Toxics. People who talk shit about players simply because the player was born or plays the game. They are the most wild players who don't allow either themselves or you to win. Your mood drops, you start saying something in response, and you don't notice that you've already lost 3 games in a row. It's impossible to get rid of that, but there is a new function which most people do not use, because you need to answer. What did you say about my mom? Your mom is lying in a ditch, and so on. It's simply inappropriate to respond to such players. After all, it's up to you to decide whether to hear his statements or not. But the worst players are the ruiners. Whether they speak or not, you'll get a flash in the face, stupid actions and the skills that cause damage under your feet. If you are a person who falls and tilts easily, you've doomed. You can get rid of such people on your own and keep them away from you, and it kills Valorant. Bugs are an integral part of every game, in some ways less, in others more, but in Valorant there are or were bugs that spoiled the entire gameplay and gave many advantages over the enemy. I'll list you a few. Shooting from a Cypher camera. With the help of Viper could be behind the enemy at the beginning of the round. The jet plane flew where no one was expecting her. Cypher again and his camera again. He could put a camera in the wall and quietly watch the players. This is only a small part that gave an advantage. Now let's talk about the positive points. And again the gameplay, not everything so simple. In the gameplay, there is not only the game type of planting of spikes or the use of skills, but also good moments that you might not even notice. During some action of the character, he informs the whole team about it, throws a grenade, or wants to save money.
Saving.
He He says all this in the chat, which is very convenient because many players don't use a microphone during the game. The next advantage of the gameplay is the purchase and sale of weapons. Without money you can ask a teammate for a drop without saying a word. If you will put the wrong weapon, sell it, because this function is available to you in the game. Overall, accurate weapons is very convenient because you have time to buy, sell, buy for your teammates, request weapons, and so on. Immediately after the purchase, you can already fight with your opponent because all the walls are unlocked in those places where in a second you can meet a player and find an open for your team. This improves the game, which adds dynamic to the game comparing to the same CSGO. There are many interesting solutions that bring something new to the game. Those who have ever looked at maps have noticed how beautiful they are. It brings something unique. The idea is to make a map in the form of an island flying in the air or a map that is underwater. Comparing with CSGO maps, which have holy hills behind the map that complement the map, make it more close. But Riot created the maps so that each map is like a new universe. Each one is unique. Skins, an integral part of many games and a type of earning from the game. Naturally, there were different opinions on this matter. Some say that this is a waste of money, while others say that it's more enjoyable to play this way and that it only improves the visual part of the game. Everyone decides for themselves whether to invest money or not, but by no means the main thing worth spending money on. Everyone has their own opinion about this game. Everyone decides for themselves what to do in life. It's my duty as a judge to tell you the most important thing. Valorant is shit.